वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। अथ द्वादशोऽध्यायः। एवं सततयुक्ता ये भक्तास्त्वां पर्युपासते ये चाप्यक्षरमव्यक्तं तेषां के योगवित्तमाः। मय्यावेश्य मनो ये मां नित्ययुक्ता उपासते श्रद्धया परयोपेतास्ते मे युक्ततमा मताः। ये त्वक्षरमनिर्देश्यमव्यक्तं पर्युपासते सर्वत्र गमचिन्त्यं च कूटस्थमचलं ध्रुवम्। सन्नियम्येन्द्रियग्रामं सर्वत्र समबुद्धया ते प्राप्नुवन्ति मामेव सर्वभूतहिते रताः। क्लेशोऽधिकतरस्तेषामव्यक्तासक्तचेतसाम् अव्यक्ता हि गतिर्दुःखं देहवद्भिर्वाप्यते। ये तु सर्वाणि कर्माणि मयि सन्न्यस्य मत्परा अनन्येनैव योगेन मां ध्यायन्त उपासते तेषामहं समुद्धरता मृत्युसंसारसागरात् भवामि न चिरात् पार्थ मय्यावेशितचेतसाम्। मय्येव मन आधत्स्व मयि बुद्धिं निवेशय निवसिष्यसि मय्येव अत ऊर्ध्वं न संशयः। अथ चित्तं समाधातुं न शक्नोषि मयि स्थिरम् अभ्यासयोगेन ततो मामिच्छाप्तुं धनञ्जय। अभ्यासेऽप्यसमर्थोऽसि मत्कर्म परमो भव मदर्थमपि कर्माणि कुर्वन् सिद्धिमवाप्स्यसि। अथैतदप्यशक्तोऽसि कर्तुं मद्योगमाश्रितः सर्वकर्मफलत्यागं ततः कुरु यतात्मवान्। श्रेयो हि ज्ञानमभ्यासात् ज्ञानात् ध्यानं विशिष्यते ध्यानात् कर्मफलत्यागात् शान्तिरनन्तरम्। अद्वेष्टा सर्वभूतानां मैत्रः करुण एव च निर्ममो निरहङ्कारः समदुःखसुखक्षमी। सन्तुष्टः सततं योगी यतात्मा दृढनिश्चयः मय्यर्पितमनो बुद्धिर्यो मद्भक्तः स मे प्रियः। यस्मान्नो द्विजते लोको लोकान्नो द्विजते च यः हर्षामर्षभयोद्वेगैर्मुक्तो यः स च मे प्रियः। अनपेक्षः शुचिर्दक्ष उदासीनो गतव्यथः सर्वारम्भपरित्यागी यो मद्भक्तः स मे प्रियः। यो न हृष्यति न द्वेष्टि न शोचति न काङ्क्षति शुभाशुभपरित्यागी भक्तिमान् यः स मे प्रियः। समः शत्रौ च मित्रे च तथा मानापमानयोः शीतोष्णसुखदुःखेषु समः सङ्गविवर्जितः। तुल्यनिन्दास्तुतिर्मौनी सन्तुष्टो येन केनचित् अनिकेता स्थिरमतिर्भक्तिमान् मे प्रियो नरः। ये तु धर्म्यामृतमिदं यथोक्तं पर्युपासते श्रद्दधाना मत्परमा भक्तास्तेतीव मे प्रियाः। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्।
उपस्थित भगवत भक्तों के रूप में मेरी
अपनी ही आत्माओं। श्रीमद् भगवद गीता भगवान के मुखार बिंद से निकली हुई अमर वाणी है, और जो भी जीव श्रद्धा सहित इस अमर वाणी को धारण करता है, वो जीवत्व को छोड़कर ईश्वरत्व की प्राप्ति करता है, इसमें कोई संशय नहीं। ये जीवात्मा चाहे जिस देश में रहे और चाहे जिस भेष में रहे, गीता सबका सब काल में समान रूप से कल्याण करने वाला एक अनुपम एवं अलौकिक ग्रंथ है।
सपनानाकी जगमाया सब सपनानाकी मोहिला गिलकल गुरुजर नानाकी भावसागर सब सुखी गयो है फिर कर नहीं मोहित नाना की फिर कर नहीं मोहित नाना की मोहिला गिल कन गुरुचर नाना की मोहिला गिल कन गुरुचर नाना की मीरा के प्रभु गिरधर नागर आसा वही गुरु शरणना की आसा वही गुरु शरणना की मोहिला गिलकन गुरु चरणना की मोहिला गिलकन गुरु चरणना की गिरिजामतिः सहचरा प्राणा शरीरं ग्रहम् पूजाते विषयोपभो गुरुजना निद्रा समाधि स्थितिः निद्रा समाधि स्थितिः संसारपनयो प्रदक्षिणविधिः स्तोत्राणि सारवा गिरो यत् यत् कर्मकरोमि तत् तदखिलं शम्भो You can now gently and slowly open your eyes and know that you are a unique and beautiful spiritual being of pure consciousness, and all you have to do is to shine brightly, and you'll be helping the world and the universe. Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Gurudev, stay blessed.
Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadguru. Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Gurudev. A very warm welcome to all of you. Thank you for being with us tonight. Having said that, I'd like to hand it over to Guru Bhai Joshiji. Please, over to you. Joshiji.
Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Gurudev to all of you. Last time we were together, we extended our time and made some changes in our program. One change that we will be adding 15 minutes more after the Gita conference is over. And another thing, Kapil Sahib decided that we should begin with Dr. Prasadji, and then you will carry all the way to the end. It's only a sequence change. So sometimes Dr. Prasadji is saying something, and when the punching line comes, he has to shut up. So in case he needs 1 or 2 or 5 minutes extra, we decided let him begin and Kapil Sahib will conclude. I hope it's all right with you, Narendraji.
Joshi Jai Shri Krishna and Jai Gurudev. To all the audience, my dear friend Prasad ji, my sister Geeta Kiran ji, and Joshi ji, to yourself. Om Geeta Shasmidham Punyam Ya Pathet Priyata Puman Vishnu Padam Vaproti Bhai Shokadivarjitaha Gita Adhyanशीलस्य Pranayam Parasya Cha Naiva Santi Hi Papani Purvajanam Kritani Cha Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachanurmardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Dhyan Moolam Gurur Murti Puja Moolam Guru Padam Mantra Moolam Guru Vakyam Moksha Moolam Guru Kripaha Tameva Mata Chapita Tameva Bandhu Chasakha Tameva Vidya Dravinam Tameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Gurudev. Today we will share some thoughts. Abhi Guru Purnima thi, and we will try to enlighten ourselves, all, including myself, the wisdom of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. The concept of Guru. What is Guru? Guru kehte kisko hai? Because nowadays there are thousands and thousands self-styled, self-made gurus. And it is human tragedy that so many gurus are there. But it's very hard to find the Sadguru. And Bhagavad Gita talks about Sadguru, not Guru, Sadguru. The entire text of Srimad Bhagavad Gita is focused on the concept of Guru in a very subtle form, in between the lines. And we have to understand that what is Guru? Guru hota kya hai? Kisko kehte hain Guru? So I'm not making up these things. This is the wisdom in between the lines of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Sadguru is the messenger who delivers to the mankind the eternal message of the Almighty Bhagwan Sri Krishna. Sadguru Swami Hariharji Maharaj. Eternal message of Bhagwan Sri Krishna. उन्हीं के मुखरबिंद से निकला हुआ जो अमर अदर सनातन उपदेश है सारी मानवता के लिए, वो स्वामी हरिहर जी महाराज और सदगुरु उन्होंने इस संसार को दिया. 7 continents and thousands people were motivated, including on this forum who are watching, and certain people are the eyewitness on this forum also, who had very close intimacy of Sadguru Swami Hariharji Maharaj. Guru is the entity. Go means ignorance and Ru means light, jo usko hatata hai. And that is the definition. And he is a messenger of the Almighty. The message is Bhagavad Gita. Swami Hariharji Maharaj, Sadguru हमारे जो थे, वो मैसेंजर थे. लेकिन जो मैसेज था, वो eternal message of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So both are complementary to each other. So while worshipping, adoring our Sadguru, we must not forget the message. And message is Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Uski और भी ध्यान देना चाहिए. And that is why we do so many recitations. Chapter 12, which is the heart of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, repetitively we recite this chapter because this is the message. This is the message. This is the message. And once we get the message, in the twilight of that message, we must change ourselves. हमें भी change होना चाहिए. उसको पढ़ के and पढ़ते रहना नहीं चाहिए. वो आपकी मेमोरी में सभी के अब चैप्टर 12 रजिस्टर हुआ है. लेकिन हम सबको चैलेंज भी करना चाहिए कि did I acquire those qualities or not? Chapter 12, verse 13 to 20, सबको पता कि there are 39 qualities. उसमें एक भी मैंने परफेक्ट की कि नहीं की तो फिर ये गलत बात है. Bhagavad Gita has to transform you. If you understand it, it's the God's message. But most of the time, people forget the message. And that is a tragedy. Bhagavad Gita, in the presence of Bhagavad Gita, there should be eternal peace within each individual. Bhagavad Gita is a two-way journey. One is outside, one is inside. Outside, there is no peace. Take it for granted. That is how Bhagavad Gita treats the outside. There is no peace. That outside we have created through our own ego, which is called the kingdom of I-ness. We create many possessions. Even after retirement, we don't stop. We don't stop. And इसी को भावसागर कहते हैं. हम कहते हैं, प्रार्थना भी करते हैं कि ईश्वर हमें इस भावसागर से पार उतारो. और प्रभु हंसते हैं कि बेटा मैंने तो ये भावसागर क्रिएट किया ही नहीं, ये तो तुम ही क्रिएट कर रहे हो. So we have to stop. Bhavsagar means कि minimize your desires, your wants. तभी ये भावसागर सूखता है. नहीं तो गोते खाते खाते फाइनल कॉल आ जाती है and then we leave. And then पता नहीं revolving door कितनी million times we have to use it to get into the shape of the human being. So minimize your wants. That is the eternal message of Bhagavad Gita. Once you minimize your wants, your attachment is reduced to the minimum. Because action, whenever we have the desire, it has many times we have discussed it. I just want to reinforce it. It has only two options. Either you get that thing or you don't get that thing. If you get it, you are happy. If you don't get it, you are unhappy. If you are happy, then you multiply. Now let me give another try. If you are unhappy, again you give another try. Maybe this time I will be successful. This goes on and on and on and on and on. And we create a kingdom of I-ness. Huge kingdom. Inside and outside also. Inside our thoughts, outside our possessions. And this is the all attachments. दुख का कारण यही है इस संसार में. ईश्वर की सृष्टि में कोई दुख नहीं है. आप देखो इस संसार में कितनी कत्ल गारत हो रही है. How many people are slaughtered and killed and all that. Daily basis. We sit at home on a comfortable sofa and watch the TV. Ukraine and Iran and Iraq and Russia. Thousands and thousands of people are suffering. And let us question ourselves. Who made these bombs? Who made these armaments? Bhagwan Sri Krishna? No. We the people made these destructive armaments. And then we destroy the humanity. And then we go to churches and synagogues and temples and gurdwaras seeking his blessings. You don't get it. You have to stop it. So on this Guru Purma, that is the subject today, we must adore, respect, and worship our great Sadguru. But at the same time, never, ever, ever forget the message. And message is Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Message is Srimad Bhagavad Gita. According to the dictates of this great philosophy, we must bring change in ourselves. If we don't do that, then it looks like we are standing at the same spot. So we have to challenge ourselves that the wisdom of Srimad Bhagavad Gita should go inside. Should go inside. I dekho is in the middle of the night. I shared with you the other day. In the middle of the night, if you get up and a very powerful thought comes to your mind, the slaughterhouses where the cows are slaughtered. Chickens and millions are slaughtered and finally packed and come into the McDonald's and other eating places. How much agony on each night. And we talk about peace. We are what we eat. Such a huge suffering. And we are totally ignoring that. And that is why the concept of vegan food came up, plant-based, vegetarian. First of all, that is what Bhagavad Gita is. That is the practical application of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Bring the change at a huge level. Otherwise, we are talking in abstract form and we don't apply it. It is my responsibility as a human being. I come alone, I go alone, everybody. It is individual responsibility to polish your personality spiritually before you leave this tiny planet. It is now or never. So under the guidelines and message given to us by our great Sadguru Swami Hariharji Maharaj, we must follow the message. We must not forget and don't make it a ritual ke 12 adhyay ka paath kar liya. Those qualities must be, we should at least endeavor to imbibe those qualities. And then there's a divine warranty hidden in that message that if you perfect one quality out of those 39, 38 will follow. It's a divine warranty. Maharaj ji kaha karte the. हमने भी सुना. So on this particular day of Guru Purnima, challenge yourself. Adore the Guruji, respect Guruji, worship him. But Bhai Sahib, don't forget the message. Don't forget the message. And that was his mission. Our Sadguru Swami Hariharji Maharaj's mission. Because I explained to you the definition of Sadguru, who transform, communicate to you the eternal message of the Almighty. And this is what he did. So being a follower, a disciple, faithful disciples, we must try to imbibe those qualities and change your food habits. We are what we eat. And in the process, our thoughts will change because thoughts will also become sattvic. And when you become sattvic, the indication is you are peaceful. Anger will be thousands and thousands and thousands of miles away from your personality. So having shared this wisdom of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, I will give it the platform, give it back to Joshi ji. And Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Gurudev. Jai Shri Krishna.
Joshi ji, unmute yourself.
Jai Shri Krishna, thank you. Well said on Guru Purnima and Guru and what our Guru did all over the world, Bhakti Yoga, 12th chapter. And we must be serious and Shraddha must think about Guru. He is with us. It's up to us what level of Shraddha we have. We all have this Shraddha. Thank you again, Kapil Sahib. Now I request Dr. Prasad ji to please take it all the way to the end without missing anything. Yes, Krishna. And I want to request, there was someone that just left, Nita Sawari from Pune is listening to us. So thank you for joining. Welcome, Nitaji. A very serious devotee of Bhagavad Gita from Pune, I think. Please keep showing up again and again. That's it, sir. Thank you.
Jai Sri Krishna, everybody. Vansi Vibhushita Kara Navanirdabha Pitambara Dharunabimba Phala Tarostha Purnendu Sundara Mukha Arvinda Netra Krishnat Param Kimapi Tat Tvamaham न जाने अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. As Brother Kapoorji was saying, we have celebrated Guru Purnima the other day, and in our own way, we've prayed, we make a special prayer to Gurudev, and you will have noticed that wherever there have been celebration or functions organized to celebrate Guru Purnima, one verse which always comes up is the verse we are coincidentally dealing at the moment. Last week we started to talk about this verse 34 of chapter 4, which goes like this. Tadvidhi pranipatena variprasnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshina. What a coincidence. This verse comes up, this wonderful verse, one verse, where the relationship between a disciple and a guru is established. The duties or responsibilities of the disciples as well as guru is given in this particular verse, a rare verse indeed. The first part, the upper part, is for the disciples, Shishya. What he says, this is by Bhagwan Sri Krishna. He is telling to Arjuna. He says, Arjuna, tat vidhi, know that. When he says that, what is meaning of that word that? Tat, what is referring to? Bhagwan here is referring to that knowledge, that jnana, which had mentioned in the earlier verse. And that jnana is not material knowledge, not the knowledge of the world, rather spiritual knowledge, Brahma jnana. So, Bhagwan is telling to Arjuna, oh Arjuna, know that knowledge, know that jnana, know that Brahma jnana. How? For you, there are three things to do. Pranipatena, pariprasnena, and sevaya. When it is said pranipatena, I have explained last week, it has to be sastanda dandavat pranam. There are 8 parts of the body, has to lie flat like a rod in a straight posture. Importance here is not of posture. It is not. It is important, but more important is what do you mean by that? Do you mechanically put yourself on the floor? or you have tremendous reverence for Bhagwan, and you have completely surrendered your pride and ego onto his feet. Whoever you may be, in terms of your status, in terms of your money, bank balance, and whatever may be the status of yours. When you approach the Guru, your approach has to be completely surrendering onto his feet, giving up all your pride, all your ego onto the feet. Completely wash yourself, all of whatever you have, empty yourself, and let that empty vessel be filled by Gyan given by Bhagwan. So your approach has to be pranipatena. Then, of course, you are on the path of spirituality. You have gone through certain scriptures. You have found some problems in understanding. You will like to get those clarified from your Guru. You will put relevant questions pertaining to those doubts and questions which you are emerging within you. And you should have seva bhav with you, not only the seva of his physical seva of body massaging or cleaning his clothes and giving him food and all those things, but you must obey all the instructions or directions and whatever has been given to you, told to you. Each and every word has to be taken as an instruction, as an order, and it should be the duty of the disciple to obey that. So these are the three important constituents of those responsibilities which a disciple is supposed to carry on. What about the Guru? Upadechanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. That Guru will upadechanti, will give you what? Jnanam. And for that Guru, it is given that jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. That knowledgeable individual is not an ordinary one. He has himself attained that status which is called tattvadarshinaha. He has already realized the Brahma. He has been a soul. He has been lifted himself to the level of that where it is Brahma Jnani. He has himself attained Jnana. He has tattva, he has seen himself realized Brahma. Now that is the one, that person who is tattva-darsh. He is not just tattva-vit. I will come to that. There is a term called tattva-vit and there is a term called tattva-darshi. I will come to that in a minute. But what he will give you, he will give you knowledge. And knowledge imparted by him will not be just a temporal education. लौकिक शिक्षा ही नहीं देंगे, बल आध्यात्मिक शिक्षा भी देंगे. He will give you the spiritual knowledge. We all have teachers. We have gone through school and college. We have mother to teach us. So there have been various guru in our life. But the kind of knowledge which Bhagwan is talking about here, he is not talking about the learning you go through in college and schools, where you have teacher teaches you history, geography, and all other subjects. Those are temporal education, part of temporal education, which you go through. But you all know very well how much you have reverence for all those teachers. If some teacher is, to your understanding, not good, you will cut a joke with him. You will throw a stone at him. Those in the school or college, these things happen. You don't have Shraddha for him, if you find that teacher to be of that level which you expect them to be. So here Bhagavan talking about the teacher here who is giving the spiritual knowledge to imparting spiritual knowledge to you is not an ordinary person. He is Jnani of that level, which is Tattva Darshina. Now, there is a say, it has been mentioned and said that it is a mysterious law of nature that as soon as the field is ready, the seed must come and does come. It means that if there is a desire on the part of a sister to advance in the spirit, advance spiritually, it so happens somehow or other he gets in touch with somebody somehow and gets one he is seeking for. This is, you see, all of us who are watching and all of those who are disciples of Gurudev Bhagwan, we all have our own story to tell, how we came in touch with him. Some are so miraculous, you will not imagine how you came in contact with Gurudev and you got stuck with him. You got a guru, a rare one, which gave you the knowledge and jnana, and we are his disciples. So the part played by the nature is such that if somebody is having a desire or wish or urge from within to have knowledge, then Guru will come in your life. And that Guru will, of course, take you to the height which you deserve or you go through. The burning example of that of Totapuri. You all know Swami Ramakrishna Paramhans was a Swami who was Sagun Sakar Brahma Upasak. She was Upasak of Ma Kali, and she was completely devoted to Ma Kali. She was Bhakta of Ma Kali, and that was his life. Whole life he devoted to that. But then there was a need or some sort of urge from within him, or situation came in such a way that from nowhere Swami Totapuri comes in and imparts him a knowledge of Advaita Vedanta, and he gets a different level of Swami. So the urge was there, and there was that need was there. The field was there already prepared, and somebody comes into the life of the individual and lifts him to the level which he deserves. Gurudev Maharaj has done for all of us, and we know all what we have been able to achieve, depending upon our ability to grasp, our ability to lift ourselves, our effort to have gone higher up in our life. Now, excuse me. Now, as I mentioned earlier, Tattva Darshi is one word. There is another word, Tattva Vit. Not that there is a big difference between the two, but I am more or less trying to split here. Since there are two words, there has to be some difference. And if we can realize that difference, which Geeta teaches us, in Bhagavad Gita, we have these words beautifully placed at here and there. I have tried to bring them out and trying to put it before you. You see how the difference you can appreciate the difference between these two words, what's called Tattva Vit and Tattva Darshi. Leave aside Tattva. It itself a huge big subject. What is Tattva? But I will not take up that today. Tattva, just say truth. Brahma, Bhagwan, you may call whatever you like, but that is the ultimate reality. That ultimate reality Could be Brahma in somebody's imagination, could be Bhagwan to somebody else's imagination. That is the absolute reality, true reality. Now that, to know that, to understand that is with. To know or understand that Param reality, Param Brahma, Paramatma or Bhagwan, to know or try to know is, you call it Tattvavid. Those who have realized, known is Tattvavid. But Tattvadarshi is a bit higher level. He is not only known, but realized it. Absolutely. It reminds me of Kapoorji's statement all the time. You may know Advaita Sarva Bhutanam. But have you realized that? Have you assimilated that? Have you got that within you, that you are functioning in that way? So there is a knowledge and there is realization. आप में उससे समा गए हैं, आप उस भाव को आपने धारण कर लिया है. गुरुदेव बराबर कहते हैं ना, जिसने गीता ध्यान को धारण किया है, वो धारण करना है तत्वदर्शी. नो जानना केवल है तत्वविद. As you can see in these two verses which I am quoting here, तत्वविद तु महाबाहो गुण कर्म विभागयोः गुणा गुणेषु वर्तन्त इति मत्वा न सज्जते. I am not explaining the verse, but I am just trying to bring out here in this verse, Bhagavan is trying to tell Arjuna, know the truth about the relationship between guna and the indriyas and the subjects, how they are affected by the guna. So the one who knows that, he does not get entangled in them. So, but it is a question of knowing the truth. It is not darsi, it is tattvavit, no. Here again, next verse we often talk about, this verse 8 of chapter 5, naiva kinchit karomiti yukto manyeta tattvavit pasyan sravan sprasnan jagran asnan gachan swapan swasan, and goes on again further, but I will not explain those. What he says, naiva kinchit karomiti, who knows? Tattva, who knows? Yukto. Those who are united with the Brahma, they know I am not the doer. That is the meaning of the first part. I am not the doer is known by the one who knows Tattva. Now this is a question of knowing it. He has known the fact, and knowing the fact and understanding or realizing that one is again slightly different. Again, here you know that Vibhuti Yoga, you know, they are attributes of Bhagwan. Bhagwan ki Vibhuti. Arjun first wanted to know about Bhagwan. उनकी विभूतियां कौन है वो जानना चाहते थे. भगवान ने धीरे धीरे उसने एक दो नहीं 136 विभूतियों का वर्णन किया. Lord has described one after another 136 divine manifestations. His divine manifestations, 17 of them in chapter 7, 37 of them in chapter 9, and 82 of them in chapter 10, that is Vibhuti Yoga. So these 136 Vibhutis have been told to Arjuna. He says, Etam Vibhutim Yogam Cha Mama Yo Veti Tattvataha. Again, you see, Veti Tattvataha, those who know, so vikampena yogena yujyate natra sansaya. Here is Bhagavan talking about that knowing the tattva, that these are tattva with. He knows, he understands that these are the vibhutis. And even at the end of 136 divine manifestation, Bhagavan says, Atava bahune tena kim gyatena tavarjuna Vishtavyamidam kritsram ekangsena sthito jagat. I'm not explaining that again, time doesn't permit. But again, the question is, you know, Arjuna, you have known it, and there are so many to be told. I have just tell you a fraction of that Bhagavan, all these devotees have said. And what happened to Arjuna? He says, आपने जो कहा मैंने सुन लिया, लेकिन मुझे संतोष नहीं हुआ. He says, एवमे तत्तथात्वत्वम् आत्मानं परमेश्वर द्रष्टुमिच्छामि ते रूपम् ऐश्वरं पुरुषोत्तम. What I'm trying to say, that after Bhagavan tells Arjuna, these are my vibhutis, Arjuna says, okay, what you have said is true. I have understood what you have said. That means vetti, I have known. I have known what I have said. But that means he is not yet that level. He still wants drashtumichhami, darsi. He wants to see Bhagavan, all those attributes, what he has said. He wants to have darshan. He's not that knowing or hearing or understanding is not enough. He puts to Bhagavan, drashtumichhami te rupam aishwaram purushottama. Hey Bhagavan, I wish to see those divine forms which you have said. And finally, Bhagavan says, Bhaktva tvanyaya sakya amevam vidhorjuna Gyatum drashtum cha tattvena praveshtum cha param tapa. See the stage, and those who have gone through Maharaj's those videos will hear, we have heard from Maharaji this description which he has talked about Ananya Bhakti, and he talks about Gyatum drashtum cha tattvena praveshtum. He emphasizes this point and tells us the stages. There is a stage when you are able to have conceived some knowledge. Then you want to drashtum, gyatum, then drashtum, and tattvena praveshtum, enter into that. Divine souls, these are the highest level of sadhana. These are the highest level of a process through which sadhaka gets merged into Bhagavan. That's what happened to Mirabai. Sravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam, Sakshataram. These are the stages the sadhaka goes at the higher level. You hear, that's fine. There is a way to receive knowledge, but then you mananam, you start to chew them up. Trying to assimilate, you threadbare, you want to take away all the doubts and assimilate that. Nididhyasanam, and then you all wait for sakshatkar. Your Brahma comes before you, or you get into the Brahma, and that's how the ultimate realization takes place. Looks like I will have to stop here because I have. Can I go further ahead, or has to stop? Because, okay, so I have got five minutes more.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay, thank you. So what is happening? This process of tattva with a stage higher up goes, is called tattva darsi. And that is what happens to those, that is what is the requirement Bhagavan is saying about the guru. Guru Jnaninas Tattvadarshinaha. Those Jnanis, pure Purus, they have already realized that Brahma. And beautiful passage I'm talking about. One is very much famous, and Albert Joshi ji talks about this all the time. There is no better verse than this in so far the Advaita Vedanta philosophy is concerned. He says here, na sato vidyate bhavo, na bhavo vidyate sata. Uvayorapi drashtontasto anayos tattvadarshibhi. You can see this. He is not just tattvavit, but he is tattvadarshi. That little bit of that level of tattvadarshi is highest. That is the one already realized. He has understood everything about Sat and Asat. The difference between Sat and Asat is a fantastic philosophy. It can take hours to go through Sat and Asat. It is a tremendous subject. But anyway, idea here is, by quoting this verse, I'm trying to explain the difference between Tattvavit and Tattvadarshi. Another verse I will quote, and then I will stop. This is the verse here. Adhyatma jnana nityatvam tattva jnanartha darsanam etaj jnanamiti proktam ajnanam yatato nyatha. So those who had Tattvadarshi, they Adhyatma Jnana they have taken, they have understood constant self-knowledge. So they have perceived, not only understood and realized, but assimilated within them. That is the end of true knowledge. And this is the all knowledge. Beyond that is all ignorance. Now, when we talk of this verse, about gaining knowledge from a Tattvadarshi, there are so many quotations in our Shastra. They talk about how those guru who have reached that level of Tattvadarshi is able to dispel all the ignorance of all the disciples at whatever level they are. See, whatever may be the ignorance, you may have accumulated ajnana throughout all your past lives. The meaning I'm telling here, the intellect is clouded by ignorance from endless lifetime. One may assimilate, or has been happening, we might not have opportunity to cast off our ignorance in the past. As before, we didn't get that guru who could dispel our ignorance. And that ignorance has been accumulating, and we are going through the process. We did not get the opportunity to get that get dispelled. The intellect cannot overcome its ignorance simply by its own effort. You might have put in your effort, might have studied Shastra, might have gone through certain teaching, received teaching from various gurus of their own level, yet one needs to receive the knowledge from God realized saint. That is the crux of the thing. The one who is himself God realized, who knows the absolute truth. This has been emphasized and re-emphasized in our Shastra, that the guru who has himself realized the absolute truth, who are at the level of completely realized soul, they are able to dispel whatever may be the lack of knowledge, whatever may be the ignorance or darkness in you, that can be dispelled by him. Acharya Vanya Puruso Vedaha, it says, only through a guru can you understand the Vedas. And let me give you two more quotations, and then I will stop. Manchadasi is the literature which is contains very extensive knowledge about all the Upanishads and compiled in Panchadasi. And that also says, serve the Guru with a pure mind, giving up doubts. He will bring you great happiness by bestowing knowledge of the scriptures and discrimination. Jagat Guru Sankaracharya says, Yavat Guru na kartavyo tavan muktir nana labhyate. As long as, until you surrender to a Guru, you cannot be liberated from the material energy. We all have realized this fact that whatever our lives were before we had the darshan of Guru, we can, I can tell you, none of us will see that their life, what was before having darshan of Gurudev, and after that, how much it has changed. Depending upon our capability to imbibe the knowledge, our capability to follow the instruction, it is very important to not only have a Guru, have his darshan, have received knowledge from him, but important thing is, if Maharaji or Guru has told you to do mantra or Bharamadhyaya for 5 times a day, and if you are not doing it 5 times a day, your progress spiritually, you cannot expect that to go to that level, because he has given us his teachings, he has given us instructions, he has told us, he has guided us. Have we assimilated that? Have we done our part? Have we done that seva? That seva is to follow the instruction. Whatever is told, have we obeyed that and carried out those instructions? Depending upon our ability and our way of dealing with those instructions and orders, we have ourselves reached that level which we are at the moment. We must make full effort to realize that the importance of all those teachings which Bhagavan Lord has. I can tell you in my case, and so can you can tell, how he has put hand, finger, and told you, you come here. It reminds me, I get till Maharaji one day at ashram tells me, in the evening I will go to Prasad's residence and do puja. Now we were completely shaken up. How can there be puja in I have not made any arrangement. How can you go there and do it? He came, and so came all about 40, 50 devotees who were there, and particular type of puja was conducted, and Maharaji told me that you must do every week. And I did that for years together. I don't want to talk about myself, but this is the story of each one of us. This is a guru-shishya relationship we have established, and we hope that we will carry forward further in this matter next week. Jai Sri Krishna, Jai Gurudev.
Thank you, Dr. Prasadji and Narendra Kapoorji. On occasion of Guru Purnima, both of you have touched very deeply about Gurudev, and that's the power and love of Guru that we have. Thank you again. And we extended the program today, and that extra time is dedicated to Swami Hariharji. I want to welcome again Nita Sawaniji and Satya Kalyaji who joined us today. And I want to tell all of you that we want to expand this program. I'll talk to Brother Peterji and Swami Geeta Kiranji and let you know. We'll increase some time and have some floating speakers who can keep coming and going, so we can accommodate more expression of Bhagavad Gita and Gurudev. and what we have learned. I personally believe that our lives have changed. My life has changed. I'm totally fearless liver, and I'm sure all of you are. So please keep coming on Thursday while we are on summer vacation on Sunday, and we will increase more participation and with more and more learning about what is Tattva and Tattvadarshi. Very beautiful discussion of Tattva and Tattvadarshi and discussion of Gurudev by Kapoorji. Wonderful. To me, I get energized when I come 6:30. It is the power of Bhagavad Gita. There is some celestial power that Bhagavad Gita is. You think about it, you talk about it, you hear about it, you change. And you change positively. In life, many times things happen when we are negative. And I learned from Swami Geeta Kiran in last full Sunday meditation. We are vibrations, negative or positive. And Geeta Kiran, I feel more about negative and positive. When I feel negative, I put a line and make it positive. Moment that you become positive. So not let touch any negative in our life. When you feel something is negative, put a perpendicular and become positive. Moment you do that, you are a different person. Thank you very much. We'll see you again. Neetaji, please come again Thursday. We'd love to see you or hopefully listen from you. And Satyaji, so happy to see you.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Thank you very much. So we'll see you again. And
So
we'll
much.
find more programs. We'll have much better presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.
I want to give 1 minute to some of you. Let me take some more time in the Guru Purnima. So, Nita, you want to say something? 1 minute, expression.
Yes, the Guruji, since I have gone at the feet of our Guru Swami Hariyaji Maharaj, my life has totally changed, and I feel like absolutely in bliss, and I feel that I don't have words to explain. Thank you, thank you.
Agree. And I have known Satyaji for 30 years or more. I've seen her before. I've seen her started to talk, standing up. And now I see an author, public speaker, and wonderful teacher of Bhagavad Gita. Satyaji, I have lots of respect for you.
Thank you.
We are all fortunate to have a guru like Swami Hariyaji, who has really changed life towards positivity. Thank you everyone, and we'll see you again next Thursday. Yes.
Yes, Krishna, everybody.
Come to on Sunday too. Sunday at 8 o'clock program.
Yeah, Sunday 8 o'clock, California time.
Yeah.
Chicago, 10 o'clock. Thank you for reminding me.
Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev.